My name is Lisa Kirkendale and I work at the Western Australian Museum. I'm both the head of aquatic zoology, so I lead a dynamic team of marine and scientists there to explore and discover the diversity in Western Australia. And then I'm also the curator of mollusks, so I study mollusks, so that includes squid and limpets and clams and snails. And I do that both in the marine realm, but also on land. So things like land snails and freshwater mussels are part of my directorate. I thought I would choose one of the things that we've done recently, take a group of scientists and led by the Western Australian Museum to explore the deep sea off of Ningaloo. There's two very deep canyons, up to 4,500 meters, and we were looking at a discovery of what lives there. So we did that last year on board the RV research vessel Falkor, and we used the amazing remotely operated vehicle Sebastian in order to pick up different marine animals that we kind of asked for, and then also took this incredible imagery of everything that was happening kind of during the marine explorations. All along the way from kind of the field to kind of the lab, we're involved in technology. Like I can't imagine being a marine scientist or a scientist at all without a total reliance on technology for almost every step of the way. And it's always changing. So kind of, and then analyzing the sequence data requires very complicated software and things like that as well. Storing the collection, is also in a very nice building that's climate controlled and has a suite of characteristics itself. So yeah, and then sharing it with the world. So we're absolutely reliant on SciComm, media, to get messages out and everything. So when you think of somebody who's a biologist, they're actually pretty technologically minded as well. You have to be in this field. I think Falkor and Sebastian, you'll see a new Falkor. So this is the Falkor. There's the Falkor 2, TOO, coming. So we actually had the Falkor for its one of its final expeditions, certainly final in Australia. And there's a new boat coming in a few years that's bigger and more technologically savvy, a bigger lab space and things like that. The technology in terms of just sequence data and analysis. So what we've seen happen in that field, molecular phylogenetics, is we've seen looking at kind of short gene regions and just one or two being compared to more gene regions, bigger gene regions, whole genomes potentially maybe is the future of comparing among species to kind of look at how animals are different or similar. Microscopes are always changing and developing as well. We're watching that space as well and bringing it on as we can. Make sure that as you learn and you focus and you achieve along the way, to have fun. Your career and what your profession is often becomes your life. So just remember that. Be patient with yourself. You can change your mind. All of us have kind of done it probably on multiple occasions, and you will be better at something that you love. So I think it's worth thinking about that. And it takes time to kind of find that love, and the loves change, and that's okay. But just things that make your heart sing, are a pretty good guide as far as professions, I think, going forward. You do have to go through the basics of a university education and maybe an undergraduate and graduate and kind of PhD type degrees. So that is something to consider. That will take some time, but it is a lot of opportunity there as well to kind of meet a lot of different people, work with different lab groups. It's studying hard, taking opportunities, thinking creatively. In some ways, the job that I have there are not many of them, I have to be honest. And so don't be too tough on yourself if you don't find that position right away. This position that I'm in now came up and I was probably, I was 35 or something, and as somebody retired out of it and then it came available and it just was the right timing. So don't beat yourself up, you know, and stress out if it's not there at the right time. What that'll result in is you being kind of innovative. And I think the way of the future, and I have children myself, and I just see them needing to combine, you know, take a marine science and combine it with something else.